Well, good morning, everybody. It is now December, and I just realized that I hadn't made a video for Long Live the Axe project. So, this is a little hatchet I've had. Everybody knows what that is. Wonderful little hatchet, great for small little camp chores and things like that. That thing holds an edge like you wouldn't believe. It's a great kindling chopper, just all around nice little camp tool. Anyway, I lost the guard, the cover that came with this. I don't know what happened to it. So what I thought I would do is I went ahead and I had this little scrap piece of leather that I've had, and I went ahead and cut out a pattern, cut my strap, my welt, the sheath itself, took my little V-groover and plowed out a couple of V's in here so it'll fold nicely over the top of this hatchet, and that's going to be my project this month. So I don't know why I've been putting it off so long, but going to get it done this morning. Alright, well, I'm going to get busy and I'll show you what's up next. Alright, well, got some contact adhesive on here and time to place the welt on there. And I just simply start down here, bring it up to the corner here. On around and go together something like that. This will all be trimmed, so yeah, looking good. Now I can figure out where I'm going to put my snap and my rivet to hold the strap on. That'll be the next. Alright. Okay, when I do that, I just place that in there like that, fold it over, line everything up, take my strap, start it around, go on around like that, kind of look at it, line the straps up, end to end there, and just look over the top right here and line those up. And then I like my rivet and my snap to be lined up with each other. It just makes it look a little better. So and I just simply mark it on the strap and punch it right straight on through the sheath like that, so it marks both sides, and so they're going to land in the same spot on each side, and that's how I do that. And here's those V grooves that I cut in there, so when I get to forming this over that hatchet, it's going to fold nice and squarely over the top. Alright, moving forward. Yeah, I'm just going to sweeten up this little edge beveler a little bit. Seems to be getting a little dull on me, so. Alright. I think we can bevel the edge on this. Oh yeah, that's much better. Nice and sharp. Yep. And we'll just continue on around like that. Okay, you can see here I took my stitch groover here and I run along here and cut my groove in for my stitching. One thing that I can point out about when you use a stitch groover, try not to keep your eye on where this is cutting. Try to keep your eye on where this is following along there, because if you have anything underneath, or like I have this thing set, you know, kind of in tight, and so when you're grooving leather and you're down on a surface like this, you tend to tip this over, and this edge here will start following anything that's on your bench or any kind of weird soft surface or something like that. So you really have to pay attention to this part where it hits the side of the leather, not where it's cutting. So it makes a difference. Just a little tip. Alright, stick around. Okay, what I got going on here is I'm getting ready to put my adhesive down so I can adhere these two pieces together, and this side's got a little finish side to it, and I just simply take my awl and scratch this up so that adhesive will make a good bond. And let's go ahead and make slight little scratches in it like that, and you can cross hatch it this way. It just helps. And you know, for all practical purposes, you know, this adhesive is just basically, I understand it, it's just to help hold it together while you are working with it, really, you know. Simple contact adhesive like that is probably not going to last the life of the sheath. It's the stitching or the rivets or the things like that that you put in it that is the strength. And so this is just keep it from slipping, sliding around while you're working on it. The other thing that I do, I don't know if you can see that right there, but when I build my welt, when I bring it up, I go ahead and right at the top of the welt, I will take my beveler, and this is before I install it. I forgot to show that, but I will bevel both sides of that, the top of that welt, so it kind of makes a point, a pinch point like that. So when you fold it over, you don't have this big bulbous piece of welt up here. It makes a nice crease there, and all marries together very nice. And so that was what I was trying to achieve with that. So anyway, moving forward. Okay, well, I've located where I want the rivet, and went ahead and set that rivet. The other thing I did is I just put a little decorative groove down the strap and beveled the edge. Bobbed off the corners on it. Give it a little better look. Anyway, find that to be a little bit easier than doing it after you put the sheath together and stitch it. You can slide your anvil in there, and my eyes aren't what they used to be, so that's the way I did this time. Let's go on around, and the snap will go on this side. Alright, moving forward. Okay, I got that portion of the snap set. I will hold off on putting the other portion on until I get this stitched out, get the hatchet in there, and then find just exactly how snug I want that, and that's when I'll set this other half of that snap. Alright, now I'm ready to put some adhesive on here and get this folded over, mark out my stitch spacing, start stitching away. This is just a little down and dirty little hatchet sheath. Gonna work out just fine. Alright, moving forward. Alright, well, for this part of the project, what I did is my little stitching wheel didn't quite work out with the stitch spacing that I wanted, so I took these little wing dividers and divided it into the distance here, and I just marked my stitch holes that I wanted. And rather than punch my or drill my or whatever my stitch holes, I am using this little fid. And this fid is kind of like an awl. It's a diamond shaped bit that's tapered down, and you simply want to just put it in the mark that you made, and then work right over the top of your work here so you can see right where it's going to come through. And you just take it nice and slow like this, and you can start to feel it over here, and you look over, and I hit my stitch groove on this side perfectly, and you want to give that a wiggle as you're coming through, and it kind of elongates the hole, so it helps the stitch lay flatter in there. And then you just simply stitch it up like we always do. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now, and just a simple little down and dirty project. So moving forward. Alright, well, as you can see, I got that done. Stitch it down, did a little back stitch here, come around the back, gonna clip these things off, burn them, and gonna be done with that part. As you can see, using that fid, if you just go nice and slow and you work right directly over the top of your work, where you can see where you're going 90 degrees straight across and plunging straight through, you can feel it. Now you got to go slow or you're going to stab yourself, so just go nice and slow and give it a wiggle and come through, and you can feel it start to protrude. You turn it over and you look and see if you are in fact hitting the the groove on the back side. I hit it every time here. I'm very happy with it. If you are starting to make a mistake, you will feel that before it comes through the leather, so you can back it up and make your adjustment, and works out fine for a small little project like this. I've seen some people use these quite often, and they're quite fantastic at it. So just practicing my skills a little bit on this, and anyway, moving forward, looking pretty good. All right, well, got this far, and got my rivet in, got my stitching done, got it all beveled, got my strap made. Gonna come around here, and I'm gonna locate where I want the other half of this strap. Now when I do this, I pull it pretty snug, kind of stretch it a little bit, because this leather will stretch over time, so I kind of like to start out with it kind of tight. And so I just simply do that, make a mark on the back, see if I like that. Then what I'll do is I'll take my awl, I'll center it here in the center of this, and I'll just push it through to make a mark so I can punch my hole. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and 45 off the corners of this strap right here and edge bevel it so it looks just like this one on the back. And as you can see, when I did everything, I punched my hole straight through like I said, and my snap and my rivet line up across from each other, so I don't have one snap higher or one side higher than the other and it looking kind of off. So anyway, that's how I do it. Looking pretty good. Moving forward. Alright, well, this project is complete. So looks like we achieved what we wanted to do. Not going to go crazy with burnishing all this or anything. I think all I'm going to do to this is put on a coat of snow seal. How's that? Alright. Well, this project is done. Long live the axe. Over and out. Keep on bushcrafting.